Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Kathy, and it is January 5th. For those of you who don't know, and those of you who follow the Christian tradition somewhat, say Christmas and stuff, tomorrow is actually the end of the 12 days of Christmas. So it is time in the Christian community where we celebrate the Magi or the kings or whoever that come in and in the Christmas story worship the Magi and bring amazing gifts to him. And it's interesting with that because Amma's told me that she's going to talk about pain today. In my life, I have, many of you already know, but I have lost one of my best friends the woman who was responsible for doing all of the stuff to get me to where I am now. She did all the transcription before there was the AI stuff to do speech to text. And she helped me out in workshops. She did all kinds of things like that. And she left on Christmas Day. Christmas Eve was her favorite day of the year, and she left on Christmas Day about 2:15 in the morning on Christmas Day. And she was 89 years old. I guess she didn't want to make it to 90, huh? But she really was there. So I have that. I have my precious cousin who left us on her birthday on December 3rd. And this is she and her husband, the husband who is actually my cousin, the blood related part. I lived with them for a year and a half in college due to problems in the family. The problem being my dad almost died twice within a month, and he was on disability. I always laugh about that because he'd sold insurance before he went into medical school. And he didn't have any disability insurance, but I got to live with Marty and Peggy, and she left. And it will not be that long. I can't say when, you never know, that my brother and my father are going to be leaving. Brother with cancer, dad's 96, and he's weaker and weaker. Now, that brings about a certain amount of emotional pain. That's why I'm bringing that up. It also brings a certain amount of joy. So I know on this call that let me see, people, we have at least one, and there may be more who have lost spouses. Doesn't have to have been recently, it could have been years ago. And that is an emotional pain. And then there is the physical pain that happens, and Amma's going to talk about that. And I have no idea I can guess what she's going to talk about with the emotional pain. I have no idea what she's going to talk about the physical pain. It looks like I need to clean my room up. Let me blur my background. Okay, so heart source. I want you to breathe in your heart. Those of you who know the heart source, and all of you do here, breathe in your heart and just feel yourself relaxing. And for those who are watching this and don't know the heart source, bring your attention to your heart chakra right there in the center of your chest, the front, and move deep within. Of course, all of us who know the heart source love to follow this. Good. And now, Amma is saying this is not part of the heart source, but Amma's saying, have them notice the golden structure in their physical heart. So you're in your front of your heart chakra, deep within. Notice the golden structure in your physical heart. Now you may just get the energy. Some of you who are very clairvoyant may see it. I just feel the light coming out. Okay. Now go around to the back. You're going to stay in the front of your heart chakra, but go around to the back, go into the back of your heart chakra, and really go deep within here. And just keep moving deep within. Somebody, and I'm getting it's actually somebody that is going to be watching this later, but remember, in this place, there's no time, is a little bit too low and trying to get into the back of your heart center. So move up. If you're having a hard time to get in the back, there you go. And now just go walking or spinning or jumping or flying. And you will go through it. Some people see it as a tunnel, some people see it as a hallway. I just heard some people see it as a path in a meadow. And you keep going until you step into this expansive room. And this expansive room is your sacred space. And Amma just told me that I need to quit saying, I need to do a workshop to help you do even more with your sacred space. And she said, so do it. Yeah, do it. I have one of them, they're going, yes, do it. Good. And now come around to the front of you again and move into the front of your third eye. There you go. Now, if you go back here deep within, always interesting. Maybe they're going to show us more deep withins, but residing in the very back of the front of your third eye is the violet flame. Now, it has not always been there since human beings began. It did begin at some time. The violet flame is actually from the planet Amritas. The violet flame, Saint Germain on the earth plane governs it, and of course, your healing team. Now move into the back again, and you're going to go back to the back of the third eye and just enter there. And I said, oh, I'm seeing other things, Amma. And she says, we'll talk about that another time. That's not it for today, but there are other things in the back of the third. There's something in each chakra. There you go. Now, this is the fun part for me, is connect from when you're set up. Now connect, bring a beam of energy, either imagine it, draw it, intend it, that goes from your heart chakra to your third eye. I feel an electrical charge. Now send that beam of energy straight up into the center of the universe. It knows where to go. I'm getting the word. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Ask to bring in, this isn't part of the heart source, but this is what you can do. Ask to bring in the highest vibration possible for you from the center of the universe. Whoa, I don't know if y'all felt the same kind of thing, but it's, ooh, this is wonderful. And now, from there, you're going to stay there, go down to the seventh part of the heart source, which is the center of the earth, the center of the planet. Good. Now, I want you to notice this time, because Amma's been saying for some months, now you are grounded above and below. You are firmly within above and below. I want you to notice the energy coming from the center of the earth. Just notice what it feels like, what your experience is of it, and then notice the energy coming in from the center of the universe. And notice the difference, because they are different. Remember, the earth plane vibrates more slowly. And now Amma says, go into your heart chakra. You can just go into the front. You can do both at one time if you want to. And you've heard the expression walking between the worlds. She says, do it from your heart, because that connects. The heart chakra connects the physical chakras with the spiritual chakras. And this is where we walk between the worlds, in our heart chakra. And now state, I am the sword. All of you here, I believe, have received the sword. For those who are watching for the first time, extend your dominant hand. I'm right-handed. Extend your dominant hand. Archangel Michael. He already is there because he knows I'm getting ready to do this. Please give me your sword. You don't have to ask him in the sense of, may I have your sword? He is ready to give you the sword. He is there waiting. Please give me your sword. He is putting the hilt of the sword in your hand. It does it each time for me. I can feel it. I can move my hand around it and bring it right to your heart chakra. and just place it within your heart. Feel the energy of the sword going throughout you. Even those of us who have already received it many times, feel the energy. And I'm getting the word. This is from Amma, not from Michael, but Amma is saying every time you do this, it increases the activations within you energetically. So if you are aware of the meridians in your body, it's increasing the meridians. It's even increasing the awareness and the force or charges of the nadis, which are within the meridians. Now, as I'm saying that, I feel different things happening, and now it even helps with the chakras. Notice, feel, experience, sense, or trust that it is happening, the difference within you. And the last thing, these are the three things that I suggest for protection. There's, of course, many others, and the last one that Amma gave them to us. So the last one is violet flame. Activate around each layer of my aura. So it activates in layers, protecting each of the layer of the aura, which comes from each of the major chakras. Now just breathe gently. When you inhale, know that in this space, with your intention, breathing in from above and below. So yes, you're breathing in through your nose or your mouth, whichever you're using. And as you do so, you're bringing energy in from above and energy in from below. I say it is all light energy, including your breath, L-I-G-H-T, energy, including your breath. Okay, so these are the three foundational things that Amma teaches us for protection. And she wants to go through these a little bit at a time. So we already know the heart source, and you can expand your heart source. And that's one of the things she says to do. Heart source, expand to either the outer reaches of the seventh layer of my aura, or for all of you who have already done this, that's what we already did. For those of you who haven't done it before, to the tips of my fingers when I hold my hands out. But most of us, the seventh layer of your aura is not in that room that you are in. It is extended outward. Some of you who share common space, and what I mean by common space is if you have your own room, but there's someone that lives in a retirement home, her aura could be extending to her neighbors next door, across the street, above and below. And because you are Michael's sword, you are clearing energy in those areas. Good. A tip, because we are going to be I didn't know this. We are going to be moving more and more to practitioners of spiritual lovefare. So for those of you who have not heard of spiritual lovefare and have only heard of spiritual warfare, let me tell you a story from Amma, my teaching that she gave to me, because I grew up in a tradition where we talked about spiritual warfare. I was very much in the charismatic movement of the Catholic Church. And again, we talked about spiritual warfare. You will even read about warfare within the Christian and Hebrew scriptures. And Amma said one day, go look up the etiology, the beginnings, the origins of the word warfare. And of course, I said, yes, ma'am. War is from the Germanic word meaning conflict. And fair is an archaic English word, which we still use, meaning journey, except usually when we use the word fare, we're talking about what's the subway fare, what's the bus fare, what's the airplane fare. We say cost, but that's where it comes from. So when you use warfare, you're talking about a journey of conflict. Spiritual journey of conflict? No. a spiritual journey of love. So that's why we use Lovefare. What happens when you engage in more conflict? You have more conflict, right? It doesn't matter how many, I'm doing third dimensional stuff. It doesn't matter how many bombs, how many swords, who has the strongest nuclear weapon, or how many there are. It is conflict and there is no peace. With spiritual lovefare, and because most people believe in spiritual warfare, with spiritual lovefare, we are going against the teachings of eons that you have to have conflict. And so what we do in our spiritual lovefare is that we have the protection of the heart source. We have the tool of transmutation, which is contained within Michael's sword. And we have the protection for ourselves and a tool for ourselves of the violet flame. So Amma says this is all the prelude to the discussion on pain, and then she is going to teach us things as the healing part as we go along, because we're going to experience this. So what she wants you to do, for those of you who haven't heard this before, it's really important. Because if you've done healing work with energy, they say, yeah, but if you're breathing out discomfort within yourself, if you're breathing out anger or fear, aren't you just breathing it out into the universe? Yes and no. How about that? But what happens when you have the violet flame around you, and this is act within the aura itself, so the violet flame just makes it more potent, is that, okay, choose a place where you've got tension in your body. Doesn't matter where. Focus on that area of tension. I'm going to focus on a particular area, so I'm changing the questions that you ask it for those of you who've done this with me. Ask that place, what feeling is responsible for this tension? For me, I got fear. I'm hearing other things from people, maybe anger, confusion, overwhelm, doubt, self-doubt. I'm hearing these things. Amma's just giving me these things going through my mind. There is a lot of self-doubt that you really are love incarnate, and you really are the power of presence of God, and that you really can participate in spiritual lovefare. Another thing, the message I got, self-doubt is a tool of the energy that wishes you to remain energetically, vibrationally where you are and go even lower. Okay, so now just focus on that area, no matter what it said it was, or even if you didn't hear, see, sense, feel what it was, you're going to get rid of it. Just say, hey, you do not belong with me. I don't care if I asked you to come in. I don't care if somebody sent you. You are not mine. Leave now. Take a deep breath and breathe it out. As it goes through your aura, through each layer, first layer closest to your body, about 1/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch from your body, it is transmuted. Goes to the second layer, it is transmuted to the third, all the way through the seventh. And what is transmuted is, in the first layer, the group influences, first chakra, the group influences how you grew up, your family, religions, and I'm talking about not spirituality, but the community or the structure, the dogma, all of these group things, what you had to be when you worked in a hospital, what you had to be when you were a teacher, all of those things, those get transmuted as you breathe it out. It's going to take me forever to talk about it. It happens in an instant. To the second chakra, what is transmuted is everything related to, like for me, that fear having to do with group, with the power outside of me. And Carolyn Mace will say money, sex, and power. So it will be your financial issues that you're concerned with, power over people. Sex happens to do, this is relationships that are not connected with the heart. It's not that you don't have a heart relationship with them, but in this time, what we're working with. And then when it goes to the third, that's your personal power, your inner power. And in there contains self-doubt. Release that. Know that it's changing. And then heart issues. Fourth chakra, that's the fourth layer. Heart issues are dissolved, that we're in that ball of energy of whether it was fear or envy or anger or overwhelm. And then the throat chakra, the fifth layer, standing in your truth, speaking in your truth, manifesting your creativity is in the throat. There's a lot more in there. And then goes to the sixth layer, right thinking is one of those. Okay, and this is this is from Amma, and Amma is a group energy, Amma's healing friend. She channeled all those books that I did not too long ago, and Amma is saying, give me again, because I lost it talking about you, please. Your own truth about your ability to manifest the wonderful creative thoughts you have. And what she's talking about are the thoughts about standing in your truth and what you believe you are being called to say, do, read, act, create, draw, write, all of those. And then the seventh layer, which brings us to the highest vibration that we have. When we're releasing it, we can release it to the highest vibration that we are. Good reason to start is to work on ourselves. It is our connection with spirit, our comfortableness with spirit, whatever name you use, whatever your concept is. And so what happens? That energy, which was of a lower vibration, goes through you much faster than what I could say, and out into the world in higher vibration energy. Isn't that cool? That's what happens. People say, no, it's selfish to heal myself. No, it's not true. It is necessary to heal ourselves. It is necessary to raise our vibration so that what we release into the world is a higher vibration. And the higher vibration, the more we are able to bring healing to this world. This is spiritual lovefare. This is spiritual lovefare. So now Amma says, please go into the very back of your heart chakra to your sacred space. Just go right there to the back, form an intention, sacred space, and be there. Notice the expansiveness of it. In past Sunday ceremonies, we've gone into our healing lecture room. She wants to skip that right now. She's going to skip it today. And she says, go into the back of your heart center. And when you are in the back of your heart center, you are protected by an angel from Archangel Michael's group of fire and light, so that nothing, no one can come into the back of your heart center, into your sacred space, without your permission. So even if you're daydreaming and you don't know about this, you are still protected in every way. Those of us who are choosing to be those who participate in Spiritual Lovefare, which is the transmutation of the energy of the planet and the sending out of the highest vibration of energy that we can send. Those of us who are doing that are aware of the power that we have, even if we're afraid of it. And that is what she is saying is do not be afraid of that. Be in faith, in trust. It says faith, not just in spirit. Faith, or not just of spirit, but faith in yourself. You came down here for this time right now. So ask to be in your sacred space for a place of healing for you. I'm going into mine. I know there's somebody here who she goes off into another planet. My sacred space for my healing area, it is a meadow with a creek that runs through it, but there is a waterfall that feeds it. Other people are in a space in their room. I just want to give you some different things. It doesn't matter. Ask your encodement team to please harmonize your encodement system to the words that Amma is going to be saying, she's coming in just a minute. And now harmonize you to the I am statements. I am love incarnate. I am the power and presence of God. Someone before we started mentioned being spiritually attacked. You can bring the I am statements of I am protected. I am loved. Also, when you feel like you're being attacked from outside forces, I am the sword. And I just actually see myself pulling the sword, and I wield that sword around and just say, leave me. You have not been invited here. I say it a little stronger than that. Here, I'll give you. Get out. This is my space. Above me, below me, all around me. Leave now. And as you do that and you claim that, your energy expands and it increases into the level of power, frequency that you have brought forth from you because you are claiming who it is you are. Now make yourself comfortable. And in comes Amma. And again, she says she's going to talk about pain. If you would send a beam of energy from your heart to my heart. Hello, dear ones. How about that for an introduction? Life is going to be great fun. Oh, yes, there's going to be chaos in the world. This chaos is going to run, probably, let's say 3 to 5 years. It depends upon how long people take to wake up. You, because you are here, you are listening to this, you have been called to be here at this time. And when there was the word out on the other side, home, you might call it, that said, we need volunteers because this is what's going to be happening. Who wants to come to the meeting? It is not a multi-level marketing thing. It is here, come. And only those who hear the message, in other words, that it resonates with them on a soul level, show up at that meeting. And you all showed up and you decided to become who it is that you truly are, so that you could be examples of who it is everyone truly is. The Buddha did this. Yeshua did this. The Dalai Lama did this. Gandhi did this. Martin Luther King did this. All of those that you can identify as having made major changes within your planet, all over the world. You are needed. There can be one tremendous leader, but there needs to be the leaders of the subgroups. Interesting concept, isn't it? The leader of the subgroups. So you are called by me to come and have learned so much about what I have had to teach you. And of course, there is more to learn, but you don't need to keep learning and learning. I want you to do and do. You have the tools needed to transmute low vibration energy. There is what some call a battle going on in this world. People, when they hear battle, they then, as they say, gird their loins, get out their swords and their bombs and their whatevers to do battle. That is not how we do battle. We do not do battle at all. We send love. We transmute energy. We make a decision within ourselves to let go of the pain that we have had. I say we, I'm using it as talking through this one. The pain that you have had in your life. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be a teenager listening to this. You, if you are listening and you listen to the end, you have been called and have answered that call. You think about, we have to bring peace to the countries, right? How can countries be at peace with each other if you cannot even have peace in your family? The smallest grouping within your family. Yes, there are all kinds of things that can happen within a family. Some are toxic, some are so painful. And it is the pain I want to talk about. And we're going to move through this. We may have several discussions about this, right? Not something you can cover in just an hour, or actually a half an hour in your earth time. When you arrange to come down here, your soul self, yes, blame it all on your soul self. Your soul self invited you to this incarnation, and your soul self looked through the list of all of the bodies and the families and the parents and the DNA and the possibility of your learning experiences. And you could choose to learn through joy and delight, or you could choose to learn through pain. Let's talk about that pain. All of you are very familiar with that pain. Any pain, be it physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Pain. Have you had the experience of working with someone who cuts themselves to have physical pain to dull the emotional pain? There are people who will hit their hands with hammers, slap their own face as hard as they can, not because they do not think they are worthwhile or they think that they are worth less, which could be very much a part, but to dull the emotional pain. You as ones who have decided to expand to such a tremendous place spiritually that you ascend this particular way of learning and move to another, a different way. And that is to face the pain, to not let it control you, but to delve into it, to disperse it. Your friend the Buddha has said, a paraphrase if I may, that when you hold on to the pain and chew on it, I use the word chew on it, you keep it within you. But when you delve into the pain and watch it, feel it, tell it thank you and tell it to leave. There are many different tools you can use for that. When you delve into the pain and then say, I am the sword, and you let yourself expand in such a way that transmutational energy goes through the pain. And you can say, I have had enough of you now. Leave now and allow it to go through your aura and leave. And then remember, precious spirit, whether it's Amma, Abba, Yeshua, Buddha, Kuan Yin, whomever you bring, please fill the space where that pain was with the highest vibration of love I can hold. Where we were when I had you release that pain outwards, now ask, using whatever name for spirit you wish, fill that space now with the highest vibration of love I can hold. As you do this, your vibration rises, and then you can actually say, oh, I can hold more now. May I have more love. Oh, I can hold more love now as my vibration has risen. May I hold more now. Please send me more. Allow it to happen. So you have just raised your vibration and brought healing to yourself. Oh, but let's share that. Bring to mind someone who has harmed you in any way, or you can ask your healing team, who's someone that has harmed me that I need to release now? Remember all of that love that just came into you, all of that vibration that has been raised. Just say thank you. And may I now send this love to this one who did me the favor on a soul level of allowing me to be able to let this go and raise my vibration, and then send that love to them. It's not your choice whether they accept it or not. It is only your choice to send it. That is your responsibility, your gift, your ability, your calling. Them receiving it is their calling. How strong is that pain now that you were experiencing? Pain increases in intensity and locks itself within your system, your energy body or your physical body, when you hold on to it. You have probably heard the example of if you take a pen, and I'm not talking one with a sharp point, I'm talking with something you write with, and you put it in your hand and you hold it and you hold it as tight as you can. And your hand starts to hurt and your muscles get stiff. That is what happens when you hold on to that emotional, spiritual, energetic pain. Release it. Open your hand. Open your heart. Breathe out that energy, knowing full well it is being cleansed and raised in vibration as it moves out of you. And invite in the highest vibration you can receive. Then that pain not only is gone from you, it is transmuted through you so that when it goes out into the world, it is not pain, it is love. And then when you send that love that you have acquired because you asked for it, then that person has the opportunity to heal. If they choose, but that is their choice, not yours. Your choice is to release the pain, change the vibration of it, and to send it to the one who has harmed you. And remember, as we went through it, the one who has harmed you is the one who gifted you with the ability to release pain and to increase your vibration. That is what you do with the emotional, energetic, spiritual pain that you have. Recognize that pain increases by the way you deal with it. If you hold on to it, if you send low vibration energy to the other person about it, you are increasing that level of pain within yourself. You are anchoring it within your energy field and within your body. It becomes cellular memory. Wouldn't it be more wonderful to have cellular memory of the wonderful sunrise that you saw today, or the sunset, or the beauty of the ocean, or a meadow, or wherever you are now in your space of healing? That is what you want. That is what you want in your cellular memory. Are you aware that the basics of your cellular memory, if you cleared out all of the pain, everything you are holding on to, you know what that cellular memory contains? The joy of the Creator as the Creator created you. It contains joy in your very cells, in your very DNA, which has gotten muddled with all of the energy of feelings that you hold on to. So you have just learned a good way to release it and why that you need to. Let's talk about physical pain. What I just heard someone say, but what about grief? What about that pain? Isn't that a natural pain that occurs because of the love we no longer have? Not really. Grief is an acknowledgement that you have lost someone, something, could be a job, right? But let's stick with grief of loss of a person, that you have lost someone very special to you. There is nothing wrong with grief. The pain comes when you hold on to the loss. Yes, that person has left you. And that person in their leaving has left you with several things. One, the wisdom that they have helped you gain through your interactions with them. The second one, of course, is someone that loved you. The love that is wrapped around you through them, and you go, oh, I don't have that anymore. Oh, dear ones, you have that love always, just as you have my love always, and Abba's love always. When you hold on in grief to, but I didn't get to say this, I didn't get to heal this. Okay, the person is still there on the soul level with you. Deal with it. Talk to them. Be with them. If you need someone to help you communicate with them, do not mourn their loss, but celebrate their life with you. You can mourn what you lost, but do not let it last and last. Every time you have that experience of grief, move into celebration of their love. That is what you want to remember. And yes, you do not have their physical experience of love right now. You do not have their big hug with their arms right now. You do not have that soft touch on the shoulder that they used to give you. However, their arms are around you always, loving you. As long as they have gone home, they surround you with love. The only time they surround you with anxiety is when they haven't gone home, in which case it's time to work with them to send them home. That's a whole nother talk. But you can find someone who knows how to help you with that. Celebrate their love. And when you go into mourning because you said this to them and you should have said this, that is an opportunity of healing. Use the healing. You know how to do it. And yes, you can then, when you have healed and raised your vibration higher, you can send that love to them now and still increase the joy of your relationship. Yes, you will grieve. Do not hold on to the loss. Do not hold on to the pain of anything you have experienced. Let's go now to physical pain. There is a difference between physical pain and suffering. I believe that is something the Buddha talked about. There are many people who suffer from physical pain because they are filled with victim consciousness about the physical pain. They are so tired from the physical pain. That is a reality, is it not? Learn more and more to stay within your heart with the physical pain. Do not fight it. Do not resist it. Make friends with it. talk to the pain in the same way that those of you who know about hypnotherapy, to go to your subconscious mind and maybe have that physical pain localize itself in your big toenail. What does a big toenail feel, right? Learn to celebrate whatever it is that happens and look for the gift in the physical pain and learn to laugh at some of the things that cause the physical pain, as in tripping over your own feet. Again, it's where you do not want to be attached to the pain itself, to the experience itself. So when you have that pain, call in your healing team. Yes, you can do the encodement work, but many times what you need the most is the soul healing aspect of the plugins, where you connect with the soul healing team that comes in and you say, oh, let's do it right now. That's me. I'm saying, let's do it right now. Take an area where you have physical pain. And yes, somebody asked, could it be a pattern of behavior, a habit or an addiction I do not wish? Can I do that? Yes, you can do whatever you want. And now just ask soul healing team and feel them step out. And remember, this process is part of the basic plugin, actually of any plugin. Soul healing team, this pain that I have in my neck. Please find the parts of myself that I have disassociated from. Please find them and bring them back. Now, you might actually feel an increase in the pain when you do that, because the reason you sent those parts away was because they hurt. Relax, be in your heart. Soul healing team, please clean, repair, and heal all of those parts. Remove the low vibration emotion from those parts. Remove the fear from them. Remove anything that is not of spirit from them. Notice what happens. And then ask, soul healing team, please fully integrate those parts within me. Seal them within me with the highest vibration of love possible. Fill those parts with love. And now notice that area of pain. Is it still there? If so, how strong is the pain? Maybe it's not there anymore. Or maybe it's, oh, hi. Is there something else you have to teach me? And you can continue that healing process. And now, how to turn your self-healing into healing of others. Call to mind someone you know is in physical pain. Good. Have them right there with you in your healing space. You have called them in. And first, healing team, please increase my personal vibration and ability to send love to the highest level possible for me. You're going to feel your chakras start to spin. And then that person you have called to mind, from your heart, please send this love to them. And take a breath and just gently send them the love. You don't want to attack them with it. You give the gift. Give the gift. Now, of course, when you're doing this yourself, you can do this for as long as you want, but I want you to notice in yourself right now, what feelings or experiences are you having emotionally, spiritually, physically? Is your body more relaxed? Is your mind more relaxed? Or does it matter at all? Are you just calmer? Are you more in tune with yourself as love incarnate and as the power and presence of God? You have been doing spiritual lovefare for yourself and for others. When you feel the need to help the chaos do this, you are going to learn more. My blessings to you, dear one. My blessings to you. That was this, Kathy. That was interesting, wasn't it? She's giving us some really good things to use. Cheryl, did you want to say something? I saw you unmute.
Oh, no, that was wonderful. I just can't believe how awesome this was. Thank you, Amma.
Thank you, Amma.
Kathy,
Okay, everyone.
Kathy,
Yes, Cleo.
I just wanted to say for our prior communication with about my sore throat is better now.
Wonderful.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Kathy, my sisters and I have been using for weeks now the transmutational funnel to remove the lower energies across the planet, the dark energies, get rid of help ease the chaos.
Right. Isn't that funnel amazing? So you're getting lots of different ways to do things. So be sure and choose what works best for you. And those of you who aren't familiar with the funnel, just go to YouTube and my channel, which is at DRCATHYPHD. Just go to that and just look on the highlights, and it says transmutational funnel on it, and you can listen to it. I'm actually working on that to bring it down and refine it more. And I'll send that out and make a video of it.
Okay, cool.
So it'll be, but you can do it in anyways. Take care, everyone. Much love. See those of you Wednesday or on the Wednesday healing thing, and have a great time.
You too.
Blessings.
Thank you.
Hi,
all.
Margaret. Hi, Margaret. Happy New
Hi,
Year.
Cleo. Cleo, have a good week.
Thank you. You too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to all of you. Yes.
Yes.
Love you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Cleo.
Beautiful. Have a good week.